What's up, guys? This episode is brought to you by our friends at Bubba Coos Burritos, our go-to spot for building better burritos.
Absolutely, guys. And don't forget to use promo code CHAMP15. That gives you 15% off your entire order, online only.
Real show, here we go. Real show, here we go. You know that it's gotta be that time, so this is what we chant. What keeps on getting them all amped in advance? Come on. You and I rocking out with Iron Man, F.E. You get the general's point of view on top of Roger's rants. We're never tapping out, we're putting the most minutes in. You already know what that's about, you know that winners win. Crush whatever's on task, check the podcast. It's the champ and the tramp, let the bomb blast.
Dad used to make me bury my jizz in the yard and shit. Like, he's fucking hysterical.
All right, ready?
Go ahead, pal. Go ahead.
What's up, my man Raj? Back on a fucking couch,
Yes,
my friend.
Sir. Chairs, actually.
Chairs, okay.
Close enough, pal. Close enough.
Okay, I'll put you on the couch later.
Being fucking right out the gate, always.
I'm saying, like a psychologist. I'm talking about like a psychologist. Put you on the couch. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Analyze your think. Analyze your think, bro.
That wasn't that funny then. Why'd you laugh like that after?
Because you fucking need someone to analyze your think.
You think so?
Yeah.
How would you analyze me? You think I'm crazy? You think I'm a little bipolar?
No,
little nuts?
I think.
What? Go ahead.
You're too sensitive.
Think so?
Yeah, a little bit. Nah, a little bit. I just think you care too much what other people think. I don't know if that would be sensitive.
Okay. All right.
More so than I would. But listen, I'm not acting like I don't give a fuck.
Do you think you've taken the amount of criticism I have?
Yes.
You do?
No, I guess yes. In our minds, yes.
Okay.
In real life, you probably took more.
Okay.
But in our minds.
Has
like,
anybody
like you getting like labeled whatever, that was very tough for you to do it.
Right.
Me having to hear people talk about me get knocked out and stuff, that's fucking that's what I mean, how it's equal. But in the real scheme of things, you probably got criticized more for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think so, but it was a learning experience for me, and I think it made me a better human to go through that, to survive that. It did. It made me. I think certainly made me more resilient
for sure. Because I think you realized after all that, like, what the fuck are you sweating? What are you sweating? You know?
Yeah.
It really, I mean, now looking back, obviously in the moment, it was the fucking end of the world.
Well, we're social creatures, right? We're all social creatures. Unless you're a sociopath, as a human being, you like to be liked. There's nobody that doesn't 100%, like to be liked.
100%.
But you're never going to win over anybody, especially if you're in the public eye. You immediately, you're going to have haters just for being, even,
yeah, bro. I seen someone post on your thing. Just that post that we put up for this last championship when you asked, what if you can't fight or da-da-da, and I'm like, I don't want to think it, whatever. Someone's like, oh, what is this guy? What a rich famous guy? Which first off, far from it. Rich fucking famous guy. What happens when he has to provide for his family? What the fuck do you think I'm doing now? I'm providing for my family now.
Like a normal person.
Like a normal person. Yeah, like how am I not normal than everyone else?
I saw that. Yeah.
I'll put my pants one leg at a time too, buddy.
It was a chick, I think. If I remember right.
Yeah, I know. You got fucking miserable bitches following me, bro. Let's be real. You do.
Somebody on YouTube commented too. Someone went off about me, some about the pandemic and children, and I'll never know what they went through and how much it affected them, and the trauma and the psychological damage that it did. And I'm like, I don't know what this.
Yeah,
I don't know what this.
We were fighting for our kids to not have it.
Chick is talking about. Yeah. And another girl said something a while ago, and you're right, to a degree. Maybe it does bother me slightly more than you, but I don't really think so at this point. Yeah. I think I've weathered that fucking storm, bro, and come at me, Even, I mean, listen, I can take it with me, but I think any parent, when you come at their children, if you can eat that, then you're okay. I'm not saying it doesn't bother me at all, because I don't want to be a fucking hated individual. Nobody does,
of course. But
I'm okay with criticism and people not liking me, and maybe even people hating me. I can deal with that. People have come for my kids, especially Grayson. It was pretty public. My ex talked about it a lot. He had an autism diagnosis and stuff, and I can remember one time some guy said something to the effect of, your kid's a retard and your kid's always going to be a retard or something like that.
But that's like, those are just people that are trying to see a reaction. They don't even know. They don't even know the situation. They don't even really fucking follow you that much.
Right.
Or they just want a reaction out of you.
Yeah. For sure, and that's what the
something
guy was
that outlandish is almost like get the fuck out of here.
And I did. I never went back with anger. I never, even back in the day when I would respond, I never went back with you motherfucker, I'll fuck you up or what. Never. I'd always go back with sarcasm. I'd try to outwit them. You know what I mean? And say something. If they said something nasty and sarcastic, I'd try to be wittier with the sarcasm and insult them in a wittier way. You know what I mean? I don't even really do that anymore. I haven't done that, and I can't even tell you on
really,
Post and Ghost. And I'm not saying I don't ever read stuff. I do occasionally.
I try not to, but I will every once in a while.
If I have a reaction now, it's to block the person. I just block the person. If you're that negative, you're that
volatile.
There are people so consumed with my past. They're still way more consumed with it than I would ever be, or anybody would ever be. That is. It's
just the whole social media is toxic. Let's be real.
Right. Exactly. So, but had to make a decision, stay on board or get off the tracks. You know what I mean? And I chose to stay on board. And listen, there's always going to be critics, and it is what it is. And I totally accept it. You know what I mean? It's fair. It's a fair game world. You know, and it kind of comes down to what we were talking about last episode. You know. This is a tough world we live in, and that's, I'm new. Your kids are older, but my kids are only 6 and 8. Grayson's his first year, he just started. Yeah. And like, how do you deal with I guess you call it bullying, but not, I think bullying is it's a pretty strong term. Maybe what that kid calling my daughter fat. I don't even know if I'd classify that as bullying, but I want my kids to be resilient. They're going to deal with this shit the rest of their lives.
100%.
Across the board with it doesn't matter if you're affluent, if you're not, you're gonna deal with shit like that, and I don't want mom and dad to come to the rescue all the time.
Yeah, I mean at times
when it's needed.
Yeah, when it's needed. Because that shows your kid like, oh, my dad or my parents got my back. Yep. And that's good to know. Yep. And that gives them confidence in a sense.
Meilani likes drama too. She does. She's
a chick.
She loves drama. And I've only really ever seen it one time. I've had a couple incidents where maybe I swore when I was driving because somebody cut me off or whatever, and she might say, "What's up, Daddy?" And I'll be like, the guy's just a jerk off. That's probably after I said "F you, mother effer" or something like that. And she kind of gets the tail end of it because she's usually on her iPad. But nothing crazy has ever happened. But we were in Cape May a couple weeks ago. And usually when we go down, if we go down for the day, we'll rent a golf cart. So we rented this golf cart. And if you're going to go down for the day, I highly recommend it. You can rent like an 8-person golf cart for like $130 for the whole day for like 12 hours. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's great because you get around anyway, and you really go quite a ways on them. So anyway, we're cruising around. Danielle was actually driving, and I was in the back with Grayson facing backwards. We come up, Cape May gets pretty congested, and there's limited parking. There's limited parking lots, and we were trying to park to go walk around. Like there's a cobblestone area where you can't drive. We were trying to get near that to park. So we come up on this parking lot, and there's 2 cars in front of us. Well, the car that's already turned into the parking lot is waiting for a car to back out of a spot because he wanted that spot. And there was a car behind that guy. Well, there was easily enough room for us to pass, and we saw what was going on, so she just made a right, went around on the inside, and went further into the parking lot and got a parking spot. Well, the lady in the second car didn't like it. She thought that, we should have to wait for, she's waiting for the guy in front of her, we should have to wait for her. Well, we're in a little golf cart, so we just went around. So we park, and it's me, the kids, Danielle's driving, and they're getting out of the front, and I'm still facing the rear, and the lady drives by and goes like this, flips me off, right? So I just flip her off back, right? Well, Meilani saw it and was like, "What, Daddy? What was that? What happened? What happened?" I said, "Just a lady, it's a mean old lady, because it was just one girl in the car." Well, immediately she's like throwing gasoline on the fire. Meilani said, "Well, you gonna say something, right? You gonna say something to her, Dad? You gonna say something to her?" I said, "I really can't, Meilani. It's a little lady." And Danielle's like, "I can. Tell her to flip me off," you know what I mean? And I was like, everybody calm down here. And Danielle's like, and Meilani's like, "Well, go now. Go say something now. Go say." And I'm like, everybody chill.
That's the girl in
you know what I mean?
Right?
I'm like, if she gets out and causes a problem, then that's one thing. But she's a heavy set old lady. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? So now Danielle's all fired up, and the lady never gets out of the car. So she was definitely waiting till we walked off. You know what I mean? So, but Meilani, I'm paying for parking. Meilani walks up. She walks like a block up. So she's directly across from this lady who's, she's head into a parking spot. Meilani's like behind the car on the curb, just waiting. And she keeps saying, "Come on, she's getting out. Come over. She's getting out. Come over. She wanted a problem. I'm like, you're a little drama queen,
I think that's
So,
chicks. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not trying to knock the ladies, but I think that's chicks more. So like, Frankie don't tell us nothing.
Yeah, you
right?
were saying
he
that.
don't tell us nothing. He ain't, we like Tino. He don't say nothing because he's afraid of what Renee's gonna end up doing. He won't like say like, hey, this teacher did this because she's crazy. But my daughter, I think she's probably more like Meilani.
Yeah, I don't know. I think just it's a daughter thing. I think you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They're a little more drama. But then typically, at least it was the case with my sister. And you have a sister too. You're the older brother. It was the opposite for me. I had an older sister. But I can remember maybe around, I guess it'd be junior high for you guys, but it was maybe like 7th, 8th grade for my sister. And I was 2 years behind her. I remember her having girl drama like crazy. Like my mom had to go to the school, and it was like her and this other girl were going at it. And then I was really good with it, friends with this kid that lived on our block, on our street, Willard, and my sister had like drama with his older sister, and I was like, what is all this?
Yeah.
Can't we all just get along? I was just a kid that wanted to play. But
I was 10 years old, and pretty much 10 years older than my sister. So like when her drama, I was like I was in college, right. But still, she definitely had more drama than me.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. I think guys are just chill for the most part,
100%. It's funny with the kid. Speaking of the kids, Frankie had a football game this weekend, and the team he played. The team he played beat his team twice last year. That's the only time they lost, and that stopped them from going to Florida and all this. His team's pretty good. Frankie's team's really good. He only started. This is his second year, which is cool because he played every sport. He played soccer. It's
a travel team or a school team?
No, this is like Pop Warner.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. It's not Pop Warner, but it's like Pop Warner, right?
Got you.
So he did soccer, he wrestled, he did baseball, he did try basketball, and he did all of them, but never like this one. He's like into it. He's a passionate. So this is awesome for me, And this team he's playing, like I said, lost them twice last year, and so I'm like, let's go, bro, big game. His team's undefeated so far this year, 3-0, hasn't got a score on yet, and whatever. So then I'm at the game, and I talked to one of the other dads, and Frankie's team's been together since forever, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, we haven't beaten this team since we were 7. I'm like, no way. Wow. No way. So, watch. It's a big game. And this is what pisses me off, right, about coaches, okay? Because, I see it in wrestling, and now I'm seeing it in football. Mm-hmm. Don't talk about my kid to coach your kid. Not even saying mine. The kid I'm coaching, the kid, my players. Talk about your players, right? Mm-hmm. And what I mean is, one of our guys running the ball up the middle, and his team, they had a couple good big kids in the middle, and tackle their guy, and you hear and dude, they're at East. It's fucking huge, right? And you could hear this guy playing his day. He's going nowhere. So I'm like, dude, this fucking guy. And whatever. I'm all the way in the stands. What am I gonna do? Then a couple plays later, we take it to the same kid takes it to the house, and I'm like, where we going now? And we Frankie's team ended up winning 24-0.
Get out of here.
24-0, yeah.
Wow.
Their team hasn't been scored 4-0, hasn't been scored.
That's amazing, man.
And
it's not uncommon in those like Pop Warner games and things like that, like you said, or wrestling. It's not uncommon for parents to get physical in that shit.
Oh yeah, dude, wrestling's volatile, man. I get
happens all the time.
And like I'm seeing this more because I coach a lot of kids. Right. You know what I mean? It's not just my own kid. I coach a lot of kids, so that drives me nuts. Like, well, that's all he has. Like, don't say that. Say, hey, he's gonna keep going there. He'll keep going. Like, there's ways to say exactly what you want to say without. And I get it. As you get older, maybe you could be a little bit more, mean and stuff, but even still, like, don't talk about our guys. Like, dude, why can't you just coach your guys? Like, he could have been like, wow, beautiful stop. Beautiful stop. Don't say he ain't going nowhere. Like, dude.
Yeah, I get it. That makes sense. But I mean, you got the guy back.
Yeah.
You should have had no mercy on the guy.
I was
waiting to see him.
I was no, waiting to say that. I was like, where are we going now?
And you were close enough where he definitely heard you.
Oh, but I was screaming. I don't know if you heard me, but I was screaming.
That's awesome. Yeah, my kids are, like Meilani did cheer, did gymnastics a little bit before cheer. Grayson he had a game last weekend. On a Saturday. I was told that all the games would be on Sundays. And I'd already committed to a birthday party that I couldn't really back out of. So I took Meilani to the birthday party and had Grayson, the Jenny's nanny, picked Grayson up and took him to the game. I was really bummed I didn't get to go watch his game, but he's got one this Sunday in Hazlitt that I'm going to go see. So it'll be his first like real soccer game, and he's into it, man. It's cool to see your son in some.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's come so far. Grayson's he's come a long way, man. I'm very proud of that kid. He digs it. He's like, his first game was a tie, 2-2. He didn't score, but yeah, they're kind of figuring out. He doesn't really have a definite position yet. He's kind of, I think they're figuring the team out still.
Yeah.
You know?
No, well, dude. Listen, they shouldn't have it. How old is he?
6.
Right, dude. My son, Santino, had to try out for soccer when he was 6 years old. I'm like, we're trying out for teams at 6?
Right.
So he did. There was A team, B team, I guess, whatever. He made the A team. Oh, cool, you know? And, bro, they have him playing the same position every game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, they're 6 years old, dude.
Right.
Don't you? I don't know. I don't. And again, I never played team sports.
They
really
gotta move them around to see.
Yeah, I would imagine, wouldn't you? Because wouldn't you want to know? Even to say if you know every position, you know the game better, right?
Right.
I would think.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
but these coaches, they just want these kids to win at 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, they're fucking 7, bro.
Yep.
Let them find themselves a little bit.
And that's coming from you, who has that win and has that drive and passion to win. But I agree with you. You got to turn that on a little bit more. A little later in their life, not so much at 6. You want them to love the sport before you want them.
Remember when we had the Lions FC in, and they were talking about how like in America, if Messi was in America, there's no way he would even been picked up because he was so small. They didn't let him. They wouldn't have never even give him the time of day.
Right.
You know, like they let people develop over there. Here, it's all about fucking results right away.
I
It's like,
remember
dude,
them saying that,
relax.
yeah. Did you make it to any games they had?
No, I will.
We were supposed to go to that.
I know,
that
but when we're going to go, they got
it
canceled.
got rained out. Remember?
Yeah.
Poured that day. That was opening game. That was Monsignor Donovan, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But so Sunday, when I had the game, it was right at East, and I woke up in the morning. Me and Tino wrestled in the morning. I got a workout in. I come home, eat whatever, and I'm like, I'm gonna ride my bike to the game, and the Worlds was on.
I talked to you while you were riding.
I know, yeah. So listen, but the world championships was on, and ADCC was on.
Yep.
So I'm sitting there watching fucking wrestling and ADCC on my bike while I'm driving. Beautiful fucking Sunday.
Almost killed yourself.
No. I'm saying I had a little fucking boned up a little bit. Dude, I was just like very grateful. I'm like, man, this is awesome, a fucking amazing time. But I'm going to watch my kid play football down the street. Beautiful time watching wrestling. Sebastian Rivera too, man. Fucking 5th in the world.
Really?
Took 5th in the world, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And honestly, the way it goes, he lost in the semi, then he wrestles for 3rd. So what they do is they go 2/3, 2/5. So there's no, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And in the 3rd place match, he wrestled this guy from Barajang. I'm fucking it up, Barajang, but he's from India, and I believe he was an Olympic champ or a world champ one time. Very good. Seb was up 6-0. He battled back. He ended up losing 11-10. If there was a 0.2 seconds left on it, he hit a chest wrap. He would have took 3rd.
Really? Where was that held?
That was in Serbia.
And he was representing Puerto Rico.
Puerto
right?
Rico, yeah.
Wow.
Did awesome. But USA did fucking phenomenal, man.
That's great.
They had 7 champs between all the women and men.
I didn't watch that, and because I'm not a huge BJJ guy, I didn't watch the ADAC. I did see Nicky Rod, Gordon Ryan go up against each other because that really, I was curious. Obviously,
you watched it. You watched that.
I watched that. Yeah. I mean, Gordon Ryan made everybody look like an amateur pro. Everybody, he's that good. Yeah. He is that good.
He's levels ahead of everybody.
He's just miles.
And then
ahead.
he went against Galval.
I know.
And just
who's a legend. Showed him a lot of respect at the end.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Kind of passed the torch, I think, to Gordon Ryan as
in a
Ryan
way,
said it.
I guess. Yeah. They had beef though, kind of.
Yeah.
Gordon smacked him twice.
I remember. Yeah.
Yo, tell me.
Shirt?
Did you see Galval?
Oh,
did you see him that
bro,
that
it looks
weekend?
like he's on
all the steroids. All the steroids.
Yeah, it looks like he's
on all
everything.
Of them. Dude, tell me you don't look like Thanos if Thanos was a person.
He does.
Right?
He does. He does actually. Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah. He's like
inevitable.
Okay, so like Liver King, in a sitting position has like chiseled abs, and I just saw a podcast that says that he admitted. I never saw it, but said that he admitted their
his fake
implants.
No, that's bullshit.
I just saw a podcast. Some guy said that.
Okay, the pocket.
But they always look flexed. Doesn't matter what position.
He has no body fat, bro.
But
When I'm
He
down,
does have a bulging
when I'm
gut a
100%,
little bit.
yeah, because he's probably the growth gut,
Right.
But when I'm 100% down to weight, when I'm like friggin' no fat, I can sit down and have abs, and not I have abs without squeezing my abs.
Right. Yeah.
So and he has no fat on him, bro.
I know, but again, I'm just saying that this podcast. I don't remember what podcast it was. Andrew can look it up. The kid said he admitted that his abs are either etched or implants.
What does etched mean?
Etched means they suck the fat out around them, I guess. It means
you'd think, first off, it's definitely not true. I'm going to say it's definitely not true. But do you think he would admit, he doesn't admit he does steroids.
Yeah.
You think he's going to admit he got his fucking abs done?
I'm saying, I'm not saying he did. That's why I said I never heard it. I'm saying this kid on this podcast I was watching said that he admitted to it. I don't think he ever did. So, and do I think that they're real? I think it's questionable, but I tend to think,
bro?
It's questionable.
Have you seen anybody have fucking implant abs?
Rich Piana.
Does he?
I think there's rumors.
Oh, another rumor.
There's rumors.
The fucking
bro, nobody's going to admit it. Nobody's going to admit it.
No. Rich.
Nobody's going to admit it. Supposedly, Rich Piana started out.
Wait, isn't he dead? Is he dead?
Yeah, he died. He had a muscle tear, a bicep tear. And he started putting filler.
Bro, he's a fucking bodybuilder. You guys are crazy, dude. Fucking dude, those are fake.
Well, that was back in the day when he was actually competing. No.
Oh, okay. After you're saying.
Yeah, after. Like when he died. I didn't say it, bro. I'm saying people say it. I didn't say it. Fucking yelling at me like I said.
I'm in Google. Rich Piana fake abs, and nothing even comes.
Right. Hey,
nothing came.
It's rumored.
Maybe
it's rumored.
Nothing comes up.
Okay.
Bro,
but anyway,
you're crazy, dude. I think if you try hard enough, you get abs like that.
You think so?
Yeah, you can't.
Bro, that's 1% of the world's population looks like that. 1 fucking
No,
percent.
not like that. I'm saying you can get abs like that. I think you can get abs like that. Those aren't great abs. Those are normal abs.
I don't know, bro.
That's got some fat over them.
That's not guys that weigh 280 pounds, which is what Rich Piana weighs.
You kind of had
not
abs.
have abs like
you
that.
had abs.
No, nothing like that. But maybe in my heyday, maybe like 2000. I don't know, maybe like 5-6 years ago, maybe a little more than that. I was at probably my lowest body percentage, but I just genetically, I'm not built genetically to have like really good abs. You know what I mean?
No, if you wanted to and fucking diet and all that, you could.
But I'm saying I'm 250 pounds now, have no abs, don't even have a semblance of abs. When I was maybe 235, something like that, 240, I had abs. That fucker's almost 300 pounds.
Who?
Rich Piana. With chiseled abs, bro.
Oh, he was a fucking bodybuilder. You don't think you can diet and get abs?
Okay,
get out of here.
Every bodybuilder that is off season and bulking season, they don't have fucking abs. None of them do.
Oh, kind of do. Yes, they do.
He never not had abs. He always had abs. 12 months out of the year.
Well,
I'm not saying that he does have fake abs. I'm just saying it's possible.
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. Maybe. He definitely had filler and shit. I mean, it's known.
What's filler?
It's talked about. Filler is like
in what? His face?
No, he had a bicep tear, so obviously your muscle here separates, so you have a gap. He filled it with filler.
What, like that fucking oil shit?
No, that's synthol. Yeah. He definitely used synthol, but how much, I don't know. Definitely used synthol.
Why would you use synthol?
Because if you use it correctly, the way it's supposed to be used, you don't look like those fucking idiots overseas that use it. By the way, the most famous guy,
the Indian dude?
But most of the guys are from over there. They look totally stupid. They have these ridiculous skinny forearms, and these great big fatty tumor-looking biceps and triceps. But the guy that you just saw everywhere, because it looked like he had fake tits because he injected it into his chest too, and he was like the most famous synthol guy. He just died.
From that shit?
I'm sure.
What is synthol? Is it like an oil?
I don't know exactly. I don't want to say and not be sure, but it's some sort.
So wait, okay, that guy Rich Piana, why would he do that?
Because he did it correctly.
What's the correct way? What does it do? What's the purpose of it?
To give your bicep or your muscles more volume,
size,
right? But you have to you can't just do what those guys are doing and just
wasn't even hard, right?
Filling up the muscle and
the muscle wasn't even hard, right?
He did it in combination with other things that you're supposed to. He did it as well as anybody ever did it.
How'd he die?
There's a bunch of rumors. I don't know. It's a bunch of rumors that he died. Yeah, cocaine.
Well, he. You don't know at all?
I don't know the exact reason.
Was it because of his fake abs?
No, it was a culmination of a bunch of things. I believe it was, he was, Dallas McCarver, he's another bodybuilder. He was only like 24, 25 years old.
I mean, I don't know how much stuff they're on, but I'm sure that can't be good for you.
They say Dallas
right?
McCarver was on insane amounts of gear. They did an autopsy on him, and they said what was in his system would have killed like a fucking elephant.
Wow.
Yeah, too much. He was on too much shit.
And he liked to party, I guess, too? Or?
I don't think Dallas McCarver. I think Dallas McCarver lived a pretty normal life. He was just so dedicated to bodybuilding and wanted to be the best and be the biggest and baddest.
That's such a dangerous sport, right?
When you're doing stuff at that level, bro, I mean, they always say blood work's important, and I go get blood work like every 6 months. Those guys need it like monthly, you know what I mean? Because they're teetering on like liver shutting down all the time.
Like, why would
kidneys shutting down all the time? Because to be the best in the industry, it's not like
I understand why they do it.
I mean,
I understand why the purpose of doing it is to win and get big. But I'm just saying, I don't know, like.
Don't you think for you? And I'm not huge into bodybuilding. I don't know much about it, but don't you think like aesthetically pleasing, like looks wise? The guys that looked the best were probably the guys in like the 70s, maybe early, the Arnold Schwarzeneggers.
They looked more natural.
Yeah.
I mean, they were still fucking not natural because they were
sure
huge.
They all did, but they didn't do copious amounts of
they didn't look.
The steroids they were doing were the best steroids you could get.
It looked almost
told.
I don't know if Arnold was ever achievable, but it looked more realistic. I mean, dude, these dudes now are it's fucking crazy, so veiny and
they're
stuff.
Just too big now. They're just too big, and almost all of them get the gyno gut, not the gyno gut. What's it called?
Growth gut.
Like most of them get that now because they're just doing so much shit. Crazy. But that's the new look. You know what I mean? That's the pinnacle of bodybuilding now. Who's the guy that just won? But he didn't. He's not. He won for physique. I think Chris. What's his last name? He looks.
Hemsworth, bro. Did you see him though? Did you see him in the? I watched the new Thor movie.
He was
Holy
fuck! He definitely juices. But
no way.
You don't think so?
No, yeah, no.
Yeah, he definitely does. The Rock, definitely, I would say.
Oh, The Rock's catching heat from UFC fighters. You see that?
Yeah, because he I guess signed that deal.
And I don't know if like
he knew. I
didn't hear any. I just heard from that thing you sent me actually.
Yeah.
Luke Thomas was talking about it, and. Yeah, I didn't hear any. I didn't hear Rock came out and said anything, but according to Luke, he did, saying, "Oh, he didn't know," which Luke's saying that's bullshit.
You see, Nate took the shoe off and chucked it.
They cut that. They cut that out of the.
They did. I saw it. So would they cut it after? He was doing the interview with Megan O'Leary.
Yeah, no, but they didn't air that on like ESPN.
Where did I see it?
You must have seen it on a clip, like on
maybe
like on something.
I watched the fights. I actually watched all those fights. I paid for the fights. But you're right.
I'm pretty sure.
I probably saw it.
I don't know. Maybe because I didn't see, but I'm pretty sure.
He took it off. He's like, they're making me wear these ugly ass shoes. Takes one off and chucks it. Fuck these shoes. Yeah. But he's pissed at The Rock anyway because The Rock said.
Oh yeah, about all that with in the hot muscle doll.
He said for the belt. What was it called? The
baddest motherfucker.
Baddest motherfucker. He said he picked fucking Masvidal to win that, and Nate's like, yo, he can get it too. He can get it too.
Yeah.
Nate would fight him too. Nate's crazy, bro. I met Nate and Nick with you one time briefly. You were training. You were doing rolls in, I believe it was Vegas. And you were rolling on a mat, and there was a bunch of fighters leaning up against the wall, and it was at the hotel. And I stopped in just to say what's up to you, and leaned up against the wall. And you remember you saying, "Roger, this is Nick."
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to be a fanboy, but I was like, "What's up, guys?" You know?
They're cool.
Yeah, they were cool.
Yeah. No, he's set up now. I don't know. We'll see where he ends up. I seen him versus Jake talking about it. Jake Paul.
Yep. Well, Jake Paul's got to get through Anderson first.
Yeah, right. When is that? October something?
You can't hate on those guys. Like, they almost bite their nose off to spite their face sometimes because they get in these positions where, they stand for what they believe in. Like, it took Nate, over a year to get that fight because he was going to war with the UFC over
what
pay.
Fight?
The fight that he just had. Nate just fought.
Tony. Yeah.
Well, no, he was supposed to fight Chimaev, but he ended up fighting Tony. Right?
Yeah.
But it took them a year to get that deal done. Over a year, wasn't it?
I don't know. I don't know how all that worked out, but I mean, he's been trying to get a fight for a while. I don't know if it was a whole year.
Well, and then Nick also had his, him and the UFC kind of butted heads.
It wasn't really UFC. It was more of a commissions.
Yeah,
it wasn't the UFC.
Yeah, I saw him saying there's some interviews with him, not talking kindly about the UFC, but they stand for what they believe in, and I guess my point is I want to see Nate succeed because he should. You know what I mean? Like, he's paid his dues to the sport. He's got in there. He's fought. So now that his contract is closed, he's really set himself up to do well, and I think he's gonna. So I'd like to see him fight a Jake Paul and get another big payday.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Either way, I think he's gonna do something with that own promotion. I'm sure he's gonna do well with it. You know?
I mean, you got 2 big paydays with Conor. Do you know what those contracts were?
No.
You have no clue.
Nope, he did well. I'm sure he's not complaining.
No, he did really well.
He seemed pretty happy that the whole fight week and after the fight too. So I imagine he's getting taken care of.
I feel like, and they never moved out of Stockton. They stayed in Stockton, right? Both of them.
I don't know.
I mean,
I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know.
But
probably.
Regardless, every time I've ever seen them on camera, they have like a fucking 30-person entourage with them at all times. Always. They're always rolling deep.
All rocking black shirts and shit.
Yeah. But even at like his house. Like the video, the behind
he
the
has
scenes
like a trap
stuff,
house or some shit.
Yeah, bro, it's like fucking full of just fucking dudes. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're. I think I don't know. I seen some story like he was trying to get like all 10 of his guys signed to the UFC or some shit.
Yep.
I don't know if that's true.
Well, one of his guys just fought on Uriah's card. The dude with the dreads. I think he has reddish hair. He just fought. I know he's Nate's boy.
He won.
He won. Yeah, knocked the guy out quickly. First round knockout.
Nice. We got some local guys fighting. Kid Mark Gray that I work out with a bunch. I talk about him.
Yeah, a little bit.
The wrestler, big wrestler.
Yep.
Went to Cornell. Smart kid.
Yep.
He's fighting October.
Who's the other? There's another local kid that fought. I think he fought recently. I think he just had a knockout recently in the UFC. I think he fights with you. I believe he trains at Nick's.
Oh no, he used to. Nicholas Mota.
Yes.
Yeah. No, he's down and he's in Vegas now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I still talk to him all the time. He's a great kid, man. He's fun. He's a young. Like he's kind of pretty young. And
he looked good in that fight that I saw.
He can crack. Man.
Caught that guy clean.
He's got heavy hands, heavy kicks. Yeah, he's doing well.
So where did he go in Vegas? What fight camp? Randy?
Yeah, I believe it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So.
Gotcha. So, speaking of, you are basically this week starting dieting again, right? You're starting to get ready.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not 100%. I can't announce nothing because I don't have nothing else. Right. I don't have an opponent, but I'm getting ready as I am.
Right.
So I got to lose about 20 pounds.
Yep. Called me up. He said to me, because he knows I'm fucking critical of myself, and I know I don't look good right now, but anyway, Frankie called me up, I don't know, last week, and he's like, hey man, I'm going to be rolling into a fight camp here soon. I don't know exactly when, but I'm going to start probably eating really, clean and shit again next week. Do my, I think the way you put it, and I knew what you meant, was do my fight camp with me.
Yeah.
And obviously I can't train with you because I work a full-time job and shit, but what you meant was the diet and, me doing my own exercise.
Right.
So I'm down, bro. I mean,
we should have, okay, so you waited and you sent me away and you were 252
pretty much right on the money, yeah.
Okay, well, you had to close shoes on maybe.
Right.
So, all right, so 250. I'm right now, I'm probably like 157, so I'm like a little over 20, I'm like 21 pounds over, right? Okay. So, how much are you going to lose?
Here's the weird thing is I want to get in shape and I want to lose, some of my body fat for sure, and I want to shed some pounds, but I don't want to be 225. I have no desire. I don't like that look on me. So I'd like to lose maybe 10 to 12. I'd like to lose.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's fair enough. 10 to 12.
Yeah. I'd like to be, I think
so
if
you think about it,
my best, I was around 240,
I would, yeah, but like it's probably different 240, right?
Yeah.
Because you're working out a lot more now.
Right, yeah. Shoulders,
it's all. What do you think? But it's really got to probably go by like percentage of body fat. Yeah. But really, what's 20 pounds on 155? How much percent of that?
No, your percent's way higher than my percent. Yeah, I'm 100 pounds heavier than you.
I'm losing a lot more. I'm saying I'm losing a lot more weight than
right.
you.
I'm not that I'm comparing, and I know you're not, but this is second nature to you, bro.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but I'm saying though, let's make it like a fucking competition, and then you'll fucking do something about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, listen.
Let's put someone on the line.
Keep it fucking reasonable, because
yes, that's what I said. I'm not saying 20 pounds. I'm saying you said 12. We'll say 13. You got 13. 13. So you were 251. Let's say 251. You had shoes on. Okay. Minus 13.
Okay.
You got to be.
Let me take my shoes and socks off and count that up. It's 241, 238, right?
238.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
238. Okay. And I'm gonna make 136.
I know you're obviously gonna make it. Yeah.
You gonna weigh in on the day of the fight? The day before the fight, and then you can enjoy yourself fight night. All right, okay. All right. Just like me, we'll both be enjoying ourselves fight night. Okay.
Okay. All right. You think there's a chance you still could be on the MSG card?
I'm hoping. Yeah, that's what I'm still hoping for. Yeah.
Awesome.
So we have 8 weeks, buddy. Starts. I mean, I've been starting,
2
but
months.
yeah.
Fuck. That's gonna be close to Christmas. All right.
No, it's November 12th.
Oh yeah.
So it's before Thanksgiving, you know. So you gotta listen. Halloween, no candy. Halloween, buddy.
Yeah, I don't eat candy anyway. That's the easy thing to.
Then what? Okay, so then what do you think? Why do you think you gained a little bit of weight?
Irresponsibly eating late, you know, like fucking waking up at midnight and walking out to the kitchen and eating Pringles or whatever. But I don't ever drink soda, ever. Don't really ever eat. I don't eat, like, ice cream's not an issue. Sweet food, I could give up that easy. That's fucking nothing. Just eating a lot of food. I like to eat just a lot of food. I try to eat, like before I came here, I went out on my motorcycle, right? And I had just eaten. I went in the backyard and I cooked 6 Primo sausages, right? I like them, they're spicy, you know what I mean? And I ate 3 of them. Shut the fuck up, you idiot. I ate 3 of them on buns, right? Fucking
you raw dog the other.
You're such a moron, bro. Potato buns, right? I ate 3 of them, and I ate 3 of them so I ate fucking 6 Primos. Bro, that should have filled me up, right? I was fucking good. So now in my head, I'm like, I'd take a ride on the bike. Maybe I'll go down to Bum Rogers, right? And fucking, just chill in the back or whatever, because I knew I couldn't go far. I had to come here. So I rode around town a little bit, did some back roads, and I went over the bridge, went down to Bum Rogers, and I was like, all right, I'll have a Bloody Mary, because I love a Bloody Mary.
That's like 500 calories.
Is it? I don't know. I don't know if it's that much. I really don't, We'll so anyway, I sat in the back, had a Bloody Mary, had a water.
And then you get the cheeseburger in it.
No, and then no. It wasn't even bacon in it. But then he puts a menu in front of me, and I'm like, fuck it, give me a wedge salad. So I ate a fucking wedge salad, but covered in dressing, and it's I didn't need the salad, bro. Like I was good. I just ate because I fucking felt weird. People were eating around me, so I was like, I'll eat again. 200
to 400 calories in a Bloody Mary.
Okay. Right.
So I'm just saying it's kind of like a little meal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But okay, so can I help you? You want to help? You want to help?
Sure. Yeah.
I would try to fast a little bit. Try to eat it later in the day, so then you're not eating as many hours.
You say fast a little bit. Is there such a thing? Because a fast is supposed to be 16 hours, bro. No, I don't think I could do that.
12. You could do 12.
I could do it a day or 2 days. No, I can't fucking do that shit
12.
every day.
Do 12 hours.
Yeah, I could do 12.
So stop eating it, at 10 or 9, and then eat till 9. That's not bad at all,
That's
right?
Easy, yeah. I do
12.
I pretty much do that.
At least do 12. Then do more than 12 if you can. Do a little. If you're doing 12, do 14. If 16 is too much, do 14. Okay. That's just going to cut your time how much you're eating. Right. And then try to just have more. You should be eating about 200, which is crazy. It's fucking a lot compared to me, but you should be eating fucking 230, 240 grams of protein a day.
Right.
And that should be most of your calories.
What? So 1 gram of protein
per body for
your body fat. Yeah. Okay. All right, I got one. So you're eating 150 grams of protein a day?
Yeah, probably a little of that or a little more.
Right. I keep, everybody says, because I've never actually done a diet. I just try to eat sensible if I'm trying to get in shape. But everybody always says, you got to get in a deficit. You got to get in a deficit. So
that's true.
Isn't the hard part of that figuring out what your caloric intake is for the day? How do they figure that out?
Oh, you just got to fucking measure your food.
No, I know, but what am I allowed? How many calories a day am I allowed?
Are you allowed?
A guy did a printout for me. A guy in Canada did a printout for me. And
how many tell you?
I'd have to look at it. I forget, but 3,000, let's say, 2,700 calories a day.
You're big,
but I'm like, he just took my weight and height and fucking figured it out. I'm like, well, there's got to be more There's got to be more science to it than that.
Well,
no?
depending on how much you want to weigh, I'm
Right.
sure that goes into a formula.
I guess, yeah. Right.
But it all depends on how many calories you're burning too.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And I'm sure, dude, you're a big dude like you burn, like we burn calories just sitting here.
Right.
Us fucking talking bullshit. We're burning
Dude,
calories.
I'm sweating
You're probably
right now
burning more.
you keep it 1,000 degrees in here.
But I think you burn more calories than I do just
Yeah,
sitting around just
sure.
because you're fucking bigger, I'd imagine, right?
Yeah.
So you could eat more than I can
Yeah.
and still be in a deficit. I would think.
But you said to me that you don't ever actually count calories. You just weigh your food, right?
Yeah.
Seems to me like that'd be a simpler way to do it. You kind of eyeball it. So
No, we're not weighing it. I mean, weighing it's not eyeballing it. Like today I had and I could have a cup. Like I kind of know my bowls now because I've been dining up. Like I had for dinner I had salad. I had a bowl of salad. I did 2 tablespoons olive oil, some lemon and salt.
yeah, olive oil is the key, right?
And then I'll have 6 ounces of meat, and then another serving of vegetable,
Olive
like another
oil
cup of vegetable.
or avocado oil, right? You don't want. What's the one you don't want?
You don't want
the
any
vegetable,
any
right?
any seed oil and any vegetable oil.
Right.
Olive oil, coconut oil, and avocado oil. I think are kind of the go-tos.
Yeah. I'll do it, bro. I'll do it. I mean, why wouldn't I? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't I? I wish that I'm not.
Yeah, but no, we got to
not-
put something on the line now.
I'm not making excuses. I'm not.
No, we got to put something on the line. 'cause
I
if you
went for an MRI today, and I'm hoping that I don't need another fucking surgery because this thing.
Well, if you need it, listen to this. If you need a surgery in this whole process, we'll avoid this competition because that makes sense.
Well, it's not even that if I need the it's that when I go to the gym to lift, I'm dealing with fucking pain, so I don't lift as hard as I used to lift.
Yeah.
I still go, and I'll still go, and I'm in. I'm not going to be a pussy and be a baby, but I wish I wasn't dealing with this shit. It'd be easier to do it. You know what I mean?
I hear you, but we still got to put something on the line, bro.
Yeah, all right. As long as it's not something stupid.
Whoa, what's stupid?
I'm
Me
like,
where
fucking
you put
not
me in a
shaving
little
my head
put
and
me in
I'm
a little navy costume, you homo?
No, that was your idea.
No.
You're the one. No, you didn't say
No.
little navy. You just said you get to dress.
Dress you.
Right, I didn't think that was that
You picked
bad.
a little promiscuous thing.
I actually ran like 20 ideas by Renee, and Renee said that one. So there was worse ones than that.
Yes, my wife. Great.
There was worse ones than that. So.
So what? So not shave your head? Well, you'd be good with a shave. You got a good round head.
I don't think I do. I think I noticed in the back when I see pictures of me from the back, I got some of those fucking fat wrinkles back here. Or whatever they are.
Your mom left you on your back when you were a kid.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure she used to burn me with cigarettes. My mom hated me. She fucking hated me, bro. My sister was like the popular. I got cigarette burns on my arms and shit.
From your sister?
No, from my mother.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
No, I'm fucking with you. My mom was pretty cool. My mom was definitely pretty cool.
Damn, bro.
Nah, my mom was.
All the women in your life are getting
My
you.
mom was. Here we go. My mom definitely was the disciplinarian. My dad wasn't. I feared my mother, bro. I didn't so much fear my dad, but it's weird. I say this all the time, and people don't get it. They're like, "What? I don't get that." My mom like ruled with an iron fist. Like my mom would fucking clap you in public if you got fresh or loud. My mom did all the punishing or whatever, but I knew that was that was just her way of disciplining, and she was home with us more. My father was working a lot or whatever. But if I disappointed my father, the look he would give me
would be worse.
I was worse.
Right?
I'd say fucking you can beat my ass. That doesn't bother me anywhere near as that look my dad just gave me and walked away. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I was shook with my dad. Both my dads.
Yours was what?
I was shook with both my dads.
Yeah.
Both,
Yeah.
I remember like my parents first got divorced. Like I'm gonna call your father. I'm like no, don't call him. Don't call him. I'll be good. Don't call him.
Yeah. How much time was there when your parents first got divorced before she met Frank? Is that biggie?
Yeah. I don't know if my son's torturing my daughter right now.
Oh God.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
When your parents divorced, how big a gap before your mom met Frank?
Like a year, maybe.
Oh, that already pretty quick.
They known each other. They knew each other. They dated like when they were younger.
Oh, okay.
Believe it or not. So
was Frank married before?
yes,
He was.
Yeah.
So they both timing, right?
Yeah. Time
Timing's
works.
everything.
And my mom actually worked in the building. I saw she ran into Frank again. He worked into the building. My mom worked in the build department. And Frank was in there screaming at somebody. And she's like, "Oh my God, Frank!" Yeah.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
Oh, she worked in the building department downtown.
Mhm.
Oh no shit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Linda. No.
Jesus Christ! Don't get us banned. get his band. I just saw him. I won't say his name, but I was at his son's birthday party or whatever, and he said, as soon as I saw him, he's like, bro, thank you, man. Thank you for taking that down. Sorry. Let me know if I owe you anything. I was like, bro, you're good. You're straight. You're straight. Yep. His son just turned 4.
Yeah, yep.
Yep.
It's crazy, man, how quick all this goes, man.
Yep. Really is, man. I look at my kids sometimes, especially my daughter, because she's my oldest, but I look at her sometimes, and she's like a little woman now. It's crazy to me. Like she FaceTimed me today. She was with her mom, and they were going to cheer, and she FaceTimed me, and I feel like I'm talking to a teenager looking at her. It's
You're
crazy.
going to be in seconds.
I know, bro. It's crazy.
You know?
Absolutely crazy, but yep. She's my little love bug. She just, both my kids are like, good kids and have big hearts or whatever. But Meilani, God, like, Grayson will pick up any insect anywhere, and like rip it apart. Meilani will be like, you killed it. You know what I mean? She's like so sensitive, especially with animals. I've always said to her too, because I grew up, like when I was 8, when I was her age, and granted, she's a girl, I was a boy. I was shooting squirrels left and right. I was fucking shooting rabbits. By 8, I was like, and
fucking Jeffrey Dahmer.
No. I was eating the rabbits. Like I wasn't. I guess the squirrels maybe I was just shooting to shoot, but and I always said to my kids, because you emulate how you grew up, right? And I thought I had such a good childhood and grew up in the sticks of Maine or whatever. So I always said to my kids, or I say to my kids now, that Dad's going to teach you how to hunt. I'm going to teach you. And Meilani's like, no. I said, listen, I'm going to teach you just the skill of it. We're going to sit in a blind or sit in a tree stand, and I'm going to show you, they've already been shooting. We got to take our kids shooting. Actually, maybe this weekend. But they know how to use a gun. They obviously aren't aficionados at it, but they did well with it. I want to teach them the art and the craft. I don't care if she kills anything. She doesn't have a monster buck could walk by, like the buck of my lifetime. And if I was sitting in the trees and she said, I don't want to shoot it, which is what she's going to say, I'm totally cool with that. But I think it's a good skill set to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just a good skill set to learn and know, and it's a bonding experience. Like, there's nothing I'd rather be doing this November than being in the woods with my dad, who's up in Maine and 74 years old and still goes hunting every day. I love it because it's some of my best memories as a kid was hunting with my dad, man. Some of my best memories. So I just think it's a bonding experience, and I would like a little part of my childhood to be passed on to my kids, but I'm not going to make my kid kill something. You know what I mean? If they don't want to do that, that's fine. I want them to understand that it's important. And when you're eating that chicken sandwich from fucking Wendy's, and when you're eating that steak or that hamburger, that animal lived a way shittier life than that deer in front of you that you could, if you wanted to, you could harvest that animal. You know what I mean? I want them to know that. I'm never going to make her kill anything. I would never do that. She's and probably too much time has gone by. It's harder now. The older they get, the harder it would be to get into that. And, it makes it
plus girls aren't really into that.
Not in Maine, bro.
I'm sure, yeah.
Maine.
Well, and
I grew up with
I
grew up with a girl, Heather.
But I was gonna say not girls, but then not girls from fucking Jersey. Right. You know what I mean?
Heather Strout. I remember she used to shoot deer with a pistol when she was like in 7th grade with me. Nobody hunts with a pistol, really, right?
Yeah.
You carry a pistol.
Is that illegal?
No, it's totally illegal. You carry a pistol.
It's illegal?
Legal.
Oh, really?
You
Can we do that here?
No.
Okay.
Remember, there's no. And some guy corrected me that you can hunt with a shotgun, buckshot. No, not buckshot. Slug here, but you can't hunt rifle here, pistol here, crossbow.
Really?
You can. Yeah. Some guy corrected me because I said that
only
you couldn't
a slug.
Hunt. No, you buckshot or a slug.
Oh, buckshot.
I said no slug when I said it on the air, and some guy ripped me apart and said I was an idiot.
Buckshot.
So I guess I was wrong. But you can't hunt with a rifle, anything other than a shotgun, or archery, obviously, which would include crossbow and stuff like that. But anyway, chicks in Maine, every girl I grew up with hunted, like every single one of them. You know what I mean? Some of them were way more into it than others.
Some lookers out there.
But now I still follow her. It's funny. I follow her on TikTok or Instagram. TikTok, I think. And she's got a very popular
hunting.
No. She's a lobster fisherman. And she has been since she was a little girl. She's got a beautiful boat, like a absolutely stunning lobster boat, and has a pretty popular TikTok that just follows what she does around, off the shores of Maine, fishing for lobsters and stuff. I've noticed a lot of guys started doing that this year and last year during COVID, because the lobster industry almost completely died during COVID. I mean, it basically did.
Because people weren't
restaurants were much slower. Cruise ships all shut down. So a bunch of guys I know back there started, and they got some really popular YouTubes, some popular TikToks, like, you know, hundreds of thousands of followers. Some of these guys, I follow this one guy, Jason Knowles, that I knew when I grew up there, and he gives like a lot of tutorials about, like, you know, like pull up this trap, and this is how you measure a lobster, and this is a female lobster that's a shedder, and, you know, just gives like, and people are into it. People dig it, and, you know.
Did you send me that, the blue lobster?
I probably did. I don't know. Yeah,
so that's good.
Super rare.
It's like a rare.
Super rare. Yeah, super rare. Yeah.
Does it taste any different?
No, same. I think when they catch those, they usually throw them back because they're so rare.
Really? Oh, really?
You know, I don't think legally you have to. Like a shedder, you can't get caught, or short lobster, you can't. But
what's a short lobster?
You have a measure that goes from the corner of the eye socket.
Like ones that are not long enough.
Right, correct, yeah. What did I say? Short?
No, yeah.
That would be you. They'd have to throw you back. If you were a lobster, you'd definitely get thrown back in.
Perfect.
But what was I going to say? Oh, I just saw Jason posted something recently that said he was kind of bummed, and he's very knowledgeable about the industry, you know, because you kind of have to be, because it's a tough industry to be in nowadays because it's very limited. You know what I mean? Fishing regulations are tough, but there's an environmental list. It's called the Red List, and every year they come out with a list of species that are served at restaurants that aren't endangered per se, but they're in danger. You know what I mean? They're for whatever reason they get listed on this list because they're like maybe a struggle. Maybe they're struggling. They listed lobsters on it this year, so a lot of restaurants, to appease probably, you know, a bunch of weirdo liberals that won't eat at restaurants, they'll take it off the menu. You know what I mean? And he was talking about it and how it's not accurate, not true, and he gave a lot of scientific information on it. And I think there was two reasons. One, overfishing was the number one. The second one, I believe, was the right whale, like getting caught in lobster lines, getting wrapped up.
What whale?
Right, I think it's the right whale.
It's kind of whale.
It's a whale, yeah. I believe it's the right. I could have that wrong, but it's the type of whale.
It's not the left one, or the wrong one.
So anyway, but he gave some scientific data on that and said that yes, that happens, but it's not from lobster fishermen. It's more offshore. It's, you know, they don't even really swim in the waters that most people lobster fish. And he said it was the only recorded one that actually happened where a right whale drowned, which is basically what happens. They do.
Oh yeah. So, they
have to breathe air.
Yeah, because they breathe air. Yeah.
You didn't know that?
No, I knew that.
Fucking moron.
It's kind of funny.
So anyway, it was 20 years ago. You know what I mean? That one, you know, proven was factually wrapped up in lobster fishing. Did you see, talking about whales? I just saw recently. And I don't know the story. I guess, you know, Andrew could look it up. But a guy was swallowed by, I think it was a humpback whale, and escaped. He was literally swallowed. Now I know what happened.
Is that like Jonah? Didn't Job get swallowed?
Yeah, I don't know how true that story is.
Yeah.
But do you know the specifics of that? Yeah, I think the guy was diving, right?
Yeah, he escaped, but then they said it was like not true.
Oh, really?
What, do you go out the fucking blowhole?
No. He I think he was diving.
Like the whale opened its mouth,
right?
Did something, and he got out.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true.
I thought it was. I thought that the deckhand saw it happen, and I thought it was confirmed. But I guess it could be a bogus story. But yeah, how crazy is that? Imagine being swallowed by a whale and then let go.
Like you
would die.
Didn't Geppetto didn't Pinocchio get swallowed by the whale?
Yeah, good memory. Yeah. You if you were free diving, or actually I think the guy was free diving. With no air, I mean, you have to hold your breath as long as a whale does to get released. You're probably going to die. And I think that guy was actually. I think he was free.
2 hours, they said.
Huh?
He was in there for 72 hours.
Oh no, that's a different story. Not the one I saw. I just saw something recently.
This is 2016.
Yeah, that's an old one.
Dude, but
Cape Cod. Yeah.
Dude, but whales don't have like stomach acid where you would.
No, they hold it. Well, they I'm sure if he went all the way down to I think it was held in the mouth. You know, I don't think he made it to the stomach. Okay. I don't think he would fit because
he escaped.
All the shit they eat is pretty small.
It's unbelievable. Man, it's unbelievable. Yeah, that's wild, dude. I seen like a video of it was saying that the depth of the ocean. They would have like the sea level, right, and it would go down and have like all like different seas, and then like, you know, the Empire State Building is in it. Then like
Mount Everest.
Down fucking at the end, Mount Everest is
not even close.
Not even close to the bottom. It's crazy, man.
What's the trench called? Mariana Trench. It's like 7+ miles, right?
Yeah,
it's crazy, bro.
Nuts.
And everybody's always like Jesse's always talking about what lives, in our universe, right? Like lives outside of our atmosphere and aliens and shit, which is totally plausible. I believe that. I mean, I definitely think that maybe even some have come to Earth. Maybe some are walking among us, but what the fuck is here already that's in the bottom of 7 miles down in the ocean where we can't even go?
You can't even see. No sun.
What is down there?
Can stuff grow? I mean, there's no, like, at least according to we know life as it is on
There's shit
this
that lives
Earth.
down there. What is it, a 7-gill shark or something like that? Can live like 5 miles down or something.
Really? How do they live without
They
sun?
don't see. They have no eyesight. Nothing down on that level has any eyesight. It's all
Right, 'cause
smell and
Yeah.
but yeah. What's that?
But how's it grow without sunlight? Doesn't everything need sun?
I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I don't have the answers. I mean, no. I mean, shit can live in caves, right?
I guess, yeah. Kind of.
Shit lives in caves and never leaves. What are the lizards or salamanders, right? They never leave a cave.
Really?
Yeah.
I see them all the time when I go to Florida.
Lizards. Salamanders live in water, don't they?
Oh, I don't know.
I think so.
Fuck
They
salamander.
need a wet environment.
Yeah.
I think anyway. But yeah, they don't see. I think they're blind.
You don't fucking make anything wet. They can't. They just can't have one of them.
This fucking guy. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the vast majority of shit that lives in the ocean or any body of water lives probably closer to the surface where it gets
Sun and
there's a lot of shit that lives down there. That's why it's scary, bro.
Yeah.
That's why that shit's scary.
Do you see how like the killer whales like just killing great whites lately?
Yeah, they're master predators, bro.
They are.
the
They're
master.
top of the chain, top of the food chain.
The only thing that
Can
injures them
what?
are giant squid.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was thinking.
I don't think they
do?
can be killed by them
Really?
unless it's the fucking Kraken and we don't
Yeah,
see it because
yeah.
it takes the whale down. But you see their their mouths and their head area are all chewed up and all because those giant squid get so big. Their suckers actually have like hooks on them. You know what I mean? When they get that size. So they fight for their lives and they just wrap around the head of that whale. And
The whale tries to eat them too, right? Probably,
actually, you're talking about killer whales.
Killer
it's
whale,
not
yeah.
killer whales. Sperm whales, maybe. Is it sperm whales? What are the whales?
Blue
that-
whale. Blue whale's
Maybe
the
it's a
biggest
blue
whale.
whale, yeah.
Blue whale's the biggest animal in the world. Right? Yeah.
I think
Yes.
it's no, it is.
Yeah.
It is, but I don't think they hunt squid, do they?
No, I think blue whales don't even eat meat.
Yeah,
Or
they
eat plankton
krill
and shit.
krill
Yeah,
and shit
krill,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah, but I think it's sperm whales that hunt giant squid and they dive like miles down, and they have battles down there, bro. Like never been seen, but as far as apex predator of the ocean, no question, killer whale.
Killer whale.
no
yeah.
question.
And
no
you know, a killer whale never killed a human in the ocean,
nope,
in
never.
the wild. Never. Only
Never.
in like when they're
Correct,
they're
yeah,
trying to fucking
SeaWorld.
SeaWorld, yeah, which is that's crazy. They say dolphins and whales are probably maybe as smart, intelligent as we are.
Yeah.
Definitely as intelligent as Roger.
Yeah, for sure. But listen, when I was a kid, I went to SeaWorld, and I almost feel bad about it now. I wouldn't take my kids.
Nah,
I definitely wouldn't. Now, my ex, obviously, I can't tell her what to do. She loves Disney. They may end up going with her, and nothing I would ever do to stop that. That's her parental right. I personally would not take them because I think it's fucking
it's
animal
messed up.
abuse, bro.
It's messed
I
up,
I don't want to support
I even
that.
think, honestly, dude, I like those chimpanzees in the cages. Like, dude, I just don't seem right, man. They look like us too much.
I agree. But how do you feel about like Popcorn Park? Like that's an animal rehabilitation sanctuary. That's different. Those are all injured animals that came in there that if the park wasn't there, they probably would have died. And then I think they get rehabilitated to the point where you
Go
can't
back
let
to
them
the
go
wild.
back
Yeah,
out in the wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
I don't know. I mean, I think people's intentions are good sometimes. And maybe they don't even realize. But like, damn, I just wouldn't want to be an animal that's in a cage, right?
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
No, it's not their natural state. I think they probably live much longer lives because they probably get picked off by predators in the wild. But it's not a good life. It's not the life they want to live. You know what I mean? They look,
It's like fucking
being in prison.
living with COVID,
Yeah.
right?
Basically.
You know what I mean? Can't
Basically.
go nowhere. Can't do nothing. Fuck all that.
Hey, don't get me started on that topic. Kids are back to school now. I see so much shit about schools now and what's going on.
What still?
Just the craziness that's going on. And honestly, I think COVID was the best thing that ever happened to open parents' eyes.
Oh yeah.
I was so unknowledgeable. I mean, I would have had to get caught up to speed a little bit because my kids were just going into school. But, I had no idea what was going on, bro. I had no idea.
Nobody did.
I don't think anybody did. I don't think anybody did.
I mean, it was kind of funny though. You were hearing Rogan talk about this a while back about how colleges, I think of colleges in Canada, were like pushing these crazy ideas and this and that, and it's kind of funny when you probably heard them. It's like 2015.
What crazy ideas?
Like like the whole like
speech.
You can't that kind of stuff.
Jordan
Speech,
Peterson.
pronoun, like stuff like that.
Jordan Peterson,
or you can't have Taco Tuesday and shit. They were talking about this stuff, and it's really infiltrated everywhere now.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I don't know if it was Canada where it was, but there was an altercation that was videoed and made it on the internet. I think it was a white kid that braided his hair, and somebody challenged him. A girl challenged him and said that it was cultural appropriation, and he had to take it out on the spot. And it's just crazy where we are. It's crazy.
It's just dumb, dude.
Yeah,
it's dumb at this point. I try. You know what? Like, if you look at all that stuff, you could just get so immersed in it and just, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not down with it. Like, I'm not gonna let that drag me down, dumb stuff.
I know.
But it's crazy when, like you said, we have kids and we got to worry about that shit in a sense. And
all I'll say is this: I'm raising my kids to not see skin color. That's how all children should be raised. That's how I was raised. That's how I'm going to raise my children. But if you make my fucking kid feel bad for something that was out of their control, like being born and happen to be white, I'm fucking coming for you. I'm fucking coming for you. Don't make my kid feel. My kid did nothing.
I think honestly, we see these things in the news, and you see these crazy fucking outlandish people, and like we see like the far side of it. But really, on a day-to-day basis, I'm sure most kids are not subject to that. Hopefully,
I agree with you.
But you got to be diligent, right?
But we don't really know what goes on behind school doors. You don't really know everything. Your kids don't come home and tell you everything.
No, you're right. No, you're right. Mm-hmm.
But I see these videos play. I mean, in Texas, there was a woman, I think she was a 56-year-old English teacher, recently said that we don't refer to child molesters as pedophiles. We call them minor attracted persons. And it's you shouldn't judge somebody. They're her exact words. You shouldn't judge somebody just because they want to have sex with a 5-year-old. She said that.
A 5-year-old, she said?
She said that to her fucking classroom.
Oh, bro, my kid would not be in that class.
Yeah. I mean, they did fire her, but okay, that kid just happened to catch that on camera. Just a kid that happened to catch it on camera. What the fuck gid said that you don't see?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. How about that teacher? You said the teacher woodshop? The big ass kids.
Dude, is that real?
I
feel like that's a scam. There's no way. There's no way when that person came in.
Maybe she's a math
interviewed.
Teacher. Maybe. Definitely not a gym teacher.
No.
Okay. And woodshop. Those things are going to get fucking.
No, they said they're fake. That's a prop. They said that's not even real. Those aren't real.
Oh, they're not real.
Someone said that's just a thing that
she wears just to be.
She wears. He, whatever you want.
It's not a she.
No, it's a transgender.
Oh, I thought it was just a lady with big cans.
No, wants to be a she.
Dude, get out of here.
Born a male. That's why I don't even know if that's real. Is that fucking real? There's no way. I don't believe that story yet. I don't believe it yet. I need more facts. What?
But I mean, okay, say like you wanted to be a transgender. Like, what woman has those tits that big? No woman.
No
woman.
No. It doesn't. It makes no sense. The fact that you would. First of all, nobody cares what you identify as. Do your thing. Who gives a shit? We live in 2022. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But the fact that you have to dress up like that in front of kids that would be like you going to wrestling and putting a fucking pillow in your fucking onesie. Like what?
Yeah, dude.
So
wild, man.
It would make no sense. There's no need for it.
You want to go to sleep?
Fucking idiot.
Well, Raj.
Bro. Scary times we live in, Franklin.
Just got to keep it moving, baby.
Keep it moving, pal. All right, buddy.
Hey, make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow us on IG, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Yeah. Support the cause.
Absolutely, guys. It takes 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button, but it means the world to us. We've been out over 2 years now, and
we ain't going nowhere.
We ain't going nowhere, baby. We're gonna keep bringing the contact to you all the time. Takes 2 seconds. Just hit subscribe, follow us at Champ and the Tramp on Instagram, and we're on TikTok now too. So,
Rumble.
Oh, Rumble,
baby.
young
man, Rumble
in the jungle.